and welcome to another episode of Awful Good. I'm your adorkable DM, Lynn Andrews. Playing with us tonight is Brian.
Hi, I'm Brian. Play Beck Skullcrush, and I'm a fighter and barbarian.
After that is Dave.
What's up? I'm Dave. I'll be playing Jal. He is a tiefling ranger.
Excellent. Next up is Jackson.
I'm Jackson. I'm playing Curtis, a former slave, former gladiator, and all-fighter.
Last but not least is Rob.
I'm Rob, and I play York, a diva with an attitude, who is also like an elf guy who's a bard, I guess.
Basically David Bowie.
Right.
Unfortunately, Mary will be joining us later. Mary plays Laura, the half-elf druid, who also has a cool pet wolf named Luna. So, whenever...
And is sometimes a bear.
And is sometimes a bear. So, which she is currently not.
Couldn't bear it any longer.
But anyway, let's...
I'm gonna have to ask you to pause on the bear puns.
God. I quit. No, I'm just...
There should have been a clause in the contract.
Man after my own heart!
You guys are unbearable.
Very nice.
Fair enough.
That was a bit rugged.
Okay. Moving on. When we last left off, they had done their stuff in the castle, have set things up to possibly have the castle start being demolished, but then rebuilt into Beck's food franchise dreams of something. We'll see what happens. And had sent Martha and Lem off with Gundren to get him back to Wellington so that he can recover. And the rest of the party has decided to head north to find the meeting place that Vareth, the doppelganger prisoner that they have, was supposed to meet someone with the map that she was supposed to get from King Groll. So one thing real quick, is someone carrying Vareth? Was that Curtis? Did you have her over your shoulder?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was
In a
carrying
sack.
her unconscious body.
In a sack?
I'm pretty sure you guys got a burlap sack towards the end.
Yeah, with her head out, but, you know, the rest of her body is in the sack.
Okay. Good to know. You guys step out of the castle and start taking steps northward. You all take a deep breath of the cleaner air than the castle, and perhaps a sigh of relief. You guys accomplished a lot. As you head towards the forest, you spot a pack of hobgoblins and a couple of wolves entering the clearing. They're laughing and seem to be in a cheery mood, but stop dead in their tracks when they lay eyes on your motley crew. "Who are you?" the largest one bellows.
In Goblin or in...
In
Common?
Goblin.
Oh.
Which, I'm going to say this right now so I don't have to constantly ask you guys. We'll just assume either Curtis or York are translating, and if you guys decide you're not translating, then please tell me you're not translating, but other than that, I don't want to have to keep asking you guys.
I'll go ahead and play out the translation on this one. I turn to Beck and I say, "They're asking who we are. King Beck, do you want to introduce yourself?"
Sure. I straighten my crown that I have yet to
I'll
take
go into
off.
passive translation mode now.
Okay, good to know.
Hello. I am your new king, king of Cragmaw Castle. Inside you will find people hopefully cleaning up and enjoying a party. If you are joining the new era of Cragmaw Castle, you are more than welcome to come in and enjoy the party as well. If not, we can take care of things right here.
You see him motion to the three other there's the large one and then there's three other hobgoblins behind him, and you see him motion to the other ones and they all grab onto their weapons. He steps forward, brandishing his, and goes, "What do you mean, new king?"
Oh, hang on just a second, and I pull out the head from my bag that I'm keeping. And I'm just like, see? Remember King Groll? Well, he's not there anymore. It's King Beck now.
Why would anyone lead you? If anyone should be the new leader, it should be me.
Hi, I've never heard of you, but pretty sure you didn't take care of King Grold. We did, so...
I'm gonna translate that a little bit differently.
Go for it.
I'm going to you know what, I'm actually not going to translate that. I'm going to ask what his qualifications are. Why exactly should he be king?
That's accurate.
I'm the strongest one of this group. I lead our war party. I am Torgar.
Can I shoot him in the head?
So did I catch that right? His name is Torgar?
Torgar.
Torgar.
I am
Okay.
Torgar the Blood Sword.
That's a pretty cool
I
name.
turned back to Beck. He thinks he should be king. He thinks he's stronger than you.
Let me shoot him in the head.
Perhaps we can contest this in a non-violent fashion, I say to Beck in common.
Boring.
Okay. What do you have in mind?
Arm wrestling is the first thing that comes to mind. Maybe it's not the best idea, but maybe something along those lines.
I think you're stronger than I am, actually.
Well, but is he more dexterous?
Actual wrestling.
I'm thinking dance-off.
My charisma's pretty well.
You see
Then
Targar
really good at
step.
actual wrestling.
You see Targar step further with his weapon.
The other thing we could do is just bite the head off the snake, kill the main guy that thinks he should be king, and then the rest of them will have no other choice than to accept the next runner-up. I'm pretty sure this is how the presidency works.
I think for a moment. You know what? Let's do it on 3. 3. I draw my sword and slash at Torgar.
Okay, everyone roll initiative. There's no surprise rounds.
Finally!
We left
What do you
Jaws
mean
back
there's
in
no
combat.
surprise
No
rounds?
surprise rounds. They've had their weapons ready for you guys.
I rolled a 14. Seems that you rolled an 18.
It did, yeah. I rolled a 1, so I got a 4 total.
Rob, what's your dex modifier?
My dexterity modifier is
Your dex.
3.
Okay, yeah, at least 4 people rolled the same number, so Beck, you did better than the hobgoblins with their initiative roll because you had a higher dex.
Sometimes it's just about the size of your decks.
Sometimes the deck stacked in your favor.
That's right.
Okay, so aggression starts off. Jal, you're up first. You've got 4 hobgoblins, one that's bigger than the other ones, and 2 wolves.
I am going to pick off one of the wolves, I think. Maybe the one to the right.
Okay.
Go with that.
Yep.
All right.
Roll
Longbow.
attack. What'd you roll?
The wolves probably won't listen to reason anyways.
Longbow. 23.
Okay, you're good.
That's not a natural 20 though.
Yeah, that totally hits roll damage.
5.
So you go and you line it up and you get one right in like the shoulder and it squeals out in pain.
Oh no.
Poor puppers. Die.
They've got like blood matted around their fur and stuff. Like these don't look like, dogs. Cute little dogs. These are bloodthirsty war animals. Okay, so next up is York.
York is going to unsling his musical instrument thing. His lyre, I think we decided to call it. And he's going to use his Vicious Mockery cantrip. So he's going to do his music thing. So kind of his weird, like, theremin synthesizer fantasy thing. He uses Vicious Mockery, the Vicious Mockery cantrip. So that's going to be... I'll do that on whichever one of the wolves is closest, I guess.
There's 2 wolves. They're essentially like right next to each other. One of them has an arrow in it and the other one does not.
Wolf took an arrow to the knee.
Yep.
Okay, I'll attack the one that hasn't been hit yet. And
Okay.
it has to succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
So yeah, it rolled a 19. So
No,
does anything happen?
No. That's it for my turn, I think.
Okay. So next up is actually the wolves. So
Ooh.
first one's the one that took the arrow is actually gonna go after Jaw.
Defense. Defense.
It rolled 7.
Nope. 13.
Okay. So it misses. The arrow is just digging in a little too much, and it's making it a little bit hard for it to properly attack. The other one is gonna go after York. It's gonna make a bite attack.
Okay.
That's an 11 against AC.
That's not hit.
Okay, so the wolf runs after you, York, and you just nimbly go to the side as it misses. Next up is Laura. Okay, so she's gonna Thorn Whip against the big dude. She rolled a nat 20.
Holy.
Oh!
Nice.
Good job,
So
Mary.
5 is a 25. So Thorn Whip does.
You know what, guys? I'm just gonna step away from the computer here, and Lynn can play Curtis as well.
Okay. Okay, so 1d6 damage, which is gonna be doubled. So 10 points of damage against the large guy, as she thorn whips Torgar.
Cracking good shot there, yes.
And he cries out in pain. Next up is Curtis.
Okay,
Did 10 points of damage.
Oh,
that is nice. It's a good start. So Torgar has taken 10 points of damage, huh?
Yeah.
I am gonna slash just a lateral low slash across his knees. Just gonna dig as deep as I can with my sword, and I growl out, "Kneel before your king!" This is a menacing attack. I got a 16.
That unfortunately just barely misses. So he sees your attack coming and jumps out of the way.
Okay, I get my shield up, ready for him to come back at me. And that
Okay.
is my turn.
Excellent. And Beck, you're up now.
Oh, look at me. All right, I run up to the big guy too, and I just go to maul his face.
Okay, go for
Or
it.
wherever. Nope, I'm not gonna do it though. I'm not
Nope,
rolling well.
He sees you coming and he ducks out of the way as your maul just swings over.
We got this guy back. Keep him on the ropes.
Next up is the hobgoblins. So Torgar is going to make an attack towards you, Beck, since you are
The
currently the king. He's gonna make a long sword attack. He crits.
Ruh-roh.
That's a 23 against AC.
Yeah, he hits me a little bit. Yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna do it.
Come
Uh-oh.
on.
Maybe he should be the king.
Okay, so he does 10, 18, 22 points of damage.
Okay.
is Beck dead?
No.
Okay,
Okay.
as he cries out and he goes, "I should be king."
What is your total hit points, Brian?
No, you shouldn't. I just very childishly yell back. My hit points. Don't tell Lynn.
Okay, one of the other hobgoblins is gonna come up and attack Curtis. It's a 21 against AC.
Oh,
Crikey.
yeah,
Wow.
that hits.
Okay.
Maybe we should be focusing on the big guy.
That was a different guy.
So, the one of the hobgoblins comes up after you, Curtis, and does 9 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
The next one is also going to go after you, Curtis. That's a 10 against AC.
That misses, and I am going to, let's see, what kind of a slash did he throw?
Just a general comes in, try to just...
Okay. Across, I'm going to, block it with my shield, shove his sword out of the way, and lunge in trying to stab him. this is a riposte.
Okay.
Using my reaction to 9. Ah, blah.
Well, hold on. Yeah, never mind. Sorry.
So unfortunately,
Did I shove him back too far?
Yeah, you just shoved him just a little bit too out of your way. And the other hobgoblin.
You know what? As he's getting his footing, I'm gonna point at him with my sword and say, "Yeah, get within my reach. There's more where that came from."
I'll keep swinging.
He growls at you. And the last one that's a little bit further back is going to a longbow at... Make sure. Yeah, gonna make a longbow attack at Beck. And that's a 10.
Nope.
So, Beck, you just got hit hard, and then all of a sudden you
Can I catch it? Probably not.
Do you have a thing that lets you catch them?
No, but that would be really cool.
Yeah. No, you just hear the arrow go...
Fine.
Okay. Back to the top of the order is Jal. Jal, you've got a wolf that's right on you.
Okay.
And a whole mess of other scenes going on.
I'm assuming since he's right on top of me still, let's try a short sword attack.
Okay.
For Woofy. Oh, no. That's a 12.
That's a 12. Unfortunately, it just barely misses.
Boo.
So
Oh, boy.
you go and the wolf just ducks around you.
Okay.
Next up is York.
So, how many enemies do we have on the field right now?
You got 4 hobgoblins and 2 wolves.
4 hops, got it. Okay, so calling out to the big guy who's challenging King Beck's authority in Goblin, York is going to say something along the lines of, "Fool, you know not who you mess with. This guy over here, he commands a serious necromancer and sorcerer and warlock on all 3. That's right, I'm triple classing. And you better watch out who you mess with." And he's going to cast Dissonant Whispers with a 2nd level spells.
Ooh.
Okay.
Are you going to whip the balls out?
This is only a mild exaggeration, by the way, as York has the class of 3 men.
Ah.
Okay, and that's a wisdom save, right?
So Dissonant Whispers is a wisdom saving throw, yes.
That's a 14 against your DC.
That matches it. Does that...
So it fails.
Okay.
Or no, the Torgor failed his save. Okay, so Torgar, looking over back and is smiling, thinking like he's got one on him. All of a sudden, he grabs his ears, and he starts shaking and going, "No, no, no, no!" You see blood start to drip out of his nose and his eyes, and he screams and falls to the ground dead.
Whoa. So Torgar's dead?
Torgar's dead.
Oh, alright.
Awesome. Wipe him out. Don't stop.
Okay. So Laura is going...
Could use some protectors for the castle.
You guys are
You're gonna do the lame recruiting thing again.
Call out to everyone. So Laura's gonna Thorn Whip another person. Laura rolls a 7 and misses one of the hobgoblins. Next up are the wolves. So one of them is going to attack after you, Jal, again. It's going to make a bite attack. That's a 22 against AC.
Ow, that hits.
Okay, I also need you to make a strength saving roll. Okay, so the wolf, lunges up and clamps onto you, and, fortunately you are not knocked back, but it does do 7 piercing damage.
Owie.
The other one is circling around and coming back for York, and that is a 13 against AC.
That barely hits. That meets my AC.
Yeah, okay, so it hits. So, York, you got confused with doing your things, and while it was really cool that you killed the bad guy, you're a little shamed, and you get distracted, and the wolf just comes out of nowhere. I need you to make a strength saving roll.
Strength saving roll. 16.
Fortunately, the wolf does not knock you prone because you are York. Damn it.
That worked out.
Do you?
I'll work out.
And you take 9 piercing damage. Next up is Curtis.
Okay.
So you got 3 hobgoblins and 2 wolves.
Okay. So we've got 2 hobgoblins up close and personal in the vicinity of me and Beck, right?
Yes.
Does my memory
And
serve
then
me
one's
correctly?
a little bit. Yep.
All right. I am going to lower my sword to a 45-degree angle toward the ground, and I glance at the other 2 in front of me, and I say, "The challenger to the throne has fallen. Does anyone else dare challenge us?" And are they making any moves in response?
Do you want to make a intimidation or persuasion?
Yes, I do. I rolled a 3, and that is a crit fail.
So, Curtis, you say what you thought you said, but they didn't take it quite right, and you realize that you may have said one of the words wrong, and may have actually insulted them instead. And they hunker down with their swords and say, hurl an insult back at you.
Okay. I swing my sword upward from the 45-degree position, stepping in as I do, and attempt to drop it down on one of their heads.
Okay.
Whichever one appears weaker to me. An 11 doesn't hit, does it?
That does not hit, unfortunately.
Okay.
So they see you coming and they block you with their sword and push you back.
All right. I will bring my sword back down and get behind my shield, ready for more action.
Okay. Next up is Beck.
All right. Seeing how that went down, I'm gonna assume a little bit, and I'm gonna maul the one that Curtis is not fighting.
Okay.
I got a 23.
That hits. Roll damage.
That'd be a 12 damage.
How would you like to kill this hobgoblin?
I want to smash him as much as I can into the ground.
So
I want to collapse him.
you guys watch as Beck just runs up to the hobgoblin to the other side of Curtis and just takes his maul and just goes smash, 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 and the hobgoblin falls to the ground and Beck just keeps going smash, 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 and kills
right.
the hobgoblin. Okay, so the one next to Curtis is now going to take a swing at him. Going to do a longsword attack at you, Curtis. That's a 22.
That'll hit.
Okay. So he was after it's the one that just deflected you, wings up, swings its sword around, and comes for an undercut, and does 10 slashing damage.
Okay.
The hobgoblin in the back with the longbow is going to take an attack at York. That's a 17 against AC.
That hits.
Okay. And you take 2 piercing damage.
Meow.
Are you still up?
I'm so up.
Okay, cool. That brings us back to the top of the order. We've got Jal. Jal, you've got a wolf.
Yes, but not for long. We'll try the sword again.
Okay.
Wata.
That hits. So, Jal rolled a 17 against AC. It hits and does 4 piercing damage. So you wound the wolf. It's barely standing, but you
It's
heard
not
it
quite
bad.
dead yet.
Not quite dead. So next up is the wolf. The wolf is going to make a last attempt. It's going to make a bite attack against you, Jal. That's an
Kind
8
of want it to hit.
against
No, it doesn't
AC.
hit.
Nope. Okay. So it jumps and it just doesn't have any energy left. The
You want this
one-
biscuit? You want this biscuit?
The one next to York is gonna make an attack. That's a 10 against AC.
Not gonna do it.
Yeah, you're more on your game now, and you get out of its way. That brings me up to York.
Speaking of being more on my game now, I think I'll go ahead and cast Bane this time. I think I'll just use a first level spell slot
Okay,
and
so how?
target 3 creatures.
Okay, which 3 creatures do you want to hit?
I guess whichever 3 are closest to me. It's gotta be within 30 feet, so.
Well, everyone's within about 30 feet. Just one of the hobgoblins is a little bit more. So you've got a wolf that looks really, really rough. You've got a wolf that's pretty much on its point, and then 2
I'll
hobgoblins.
probably hit everyone but the because there's 3 if we don't count the wolf who's about to go, right?
There's 3 if you don't count the wolf that's looking rough.
Yeah, I'll target the ones that aren't the wolf.
Okay, so
looking
and what
rough,
kind of
since
roll is that?
They have to make a charisma saving throw. That one's gonna do it. Yep. That one's not gonna do it, and that one's also gonna do it. Well, Tur is going to have to roll a d4 and subtract that from their next attack rolls and saving throws.
Tara, who is the one with the longbow, seems to be the only one and kind of shakes its head, and so up next is Laura. So she's gonna thorn whip the wolf that's over by York. 17 plus 5, that hits. So she does 6 points of damage against the wolf that's next to York. So York, you hear the wolf cry out in pain as a thorn whip takes hold of it. Next up is Curtis.
Okay. I'm gonna wipe my mouth on the back of my glove, spit out blood, and leer at the goblin that just struck me. Get ready.
Okay.
I lunge in at him. He's got a sword, right?
Yep.
Start beating the sword out of the way so he can't parry, and then strike. 24?
Nice, that hits. Roll damage.
Yay.
11 damage.
How would you like to kill this hobgoblin?
I am going to, having beaten the sword aside, I'm gonna flick flack across his abdomen, spilling his guts out.
Excellent. So the hobgoblin cries out in pain and slumps to its knees and then slumps face forward.
Okay, as it's on its knees, I'm going to expedite its drop to the ground by smacking its head with the butt of my sword.
Jeez. You do so.
Boom. And I'm feeling invigorated, so I'm going to use my second wind.
Okay.
Let's roll that d10 and recover some hit points.
Mm-hmm.
3 hit points back. Oh, I am feeling feisty now.
Rolling deep in those hit points.
Next up is Beck. Beck, you just, smashed one. Curtis just killed the other one. You got the one with the longbow and 2 wolves who are causing trouble in the back.
Mm-hmm. All right. I am also going to take my second wind real quick. Was that 9?
Yep.
Oh, and then the second wind is 9 plus your Constitution, right?
Oh yeah. By the way, Curtis, you should be adding your Constitution modifier.
Oh no, plus your fighter level.
Oh, fighter level. Excuse me.
So 11 points back. All right.
So what are you doing?
So I am going to attack the wolf attacking. So there's 2 wolves left, right?
Yeah, there's one
One
that's looking
York
super
and
rough and
one
one
Jaw.
on York. Yeah.
I'm gonna attack
And then
the
there's
one
one
that's...
hobgoblin.
Oh, I'm gonna attack
with
the
the
hobgoblin then.
Okay.
I would like to run at him
Okay.
and smash him in the chest with the maul.
Okay.
But I'm not going to.
You do not. So he sees you coming and just leaps out of the way and does a roll. Next up is the hobgoblin. Yeah, so he pulls out his longsword and attacks you.
Good.
That's a 22 against AC.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
I'll die to
What? Go
Do
ahead.
it now. No, the roll's been done. Let's go.
Okay. You take 13 points of slashing damage.
All right. Well, I'm glad I did my second win.
Are you still up?
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Next up is Jal.
All right. Let's see if we can finish the puppy off. Dun, 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 dun. Short sword.
Unfortunately, you just miss it.
Boo!
Next up is the wolf.
We're full of bad rolls tonight.
Apparently.
It's going to make a bite attack against you. That's a 19 against AC.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, make a strength saving roll. Okay, you succeed on that.
Okay.
It just musters up its last dying strength and just launches at you. And it doesn't knock you over again, but it takes a good bite into your shoulder, doing 7 piercing damage.
And I will counter with Hellish Rebuke.
Okay?
Yay.
And,
Nice.
Is that 9 points of damage?
Yeah,
that's the damage.
yes,
okay.
that is. That is
So,
the damage.
that's fire. So it lights on fire and it falls to the ground and dead.
Nice.
Excellent.
Okay, the other one is going to make an attack on Laura. So it's going to do a bite attack against AC, and it does not make it. So Laura just kind of pulls the little thorn whip around and trips it as it tries to go after. Next up is York.
Okay, before I forget this time, I'm going to take a bonus action on my turn. And so York turns to Jal with a wink and says, "Give him hell, buddy." Or no, no, he'd be like, "Oh, chap, you listen here, old chap, you give him hell. Hell, I say!"
But I really wanted a new headdress, and now it's all singed.
So now you so now in the next 10 minutes you can roll 1d6 and add that to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Ooh, fantastic. Thank you. Dim
And
buffs.
now for my actual turn, I'm going to
And you have to do that. You have to do that before I tell you whether it fails or not.
Right. So you can roll, but before she determines whether or not it actually did the thing. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm also going to do vicious mockery. I'll cast that against. Is there still a standing hobgoblin?
Yeah, there's one hobgoblin that's now toe to toe with Beck.
Is that Tur?
Yeah, that's Tur.
Okay. So yeah, I cast vicious mockery at Tur. I'm like, "Hey, ass face!" Or arse. I can't even do. The York's voice is not here tonight. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But he says, "Hey, you look dumb and your hair is dumb, and I don't like the way you smell, and you probably have no taste."
Okay. Wisdom saving throw. That's an 18.
Well, boo.
They take half damage.
Oh, they do. Yeah. So I'll roll 1d4 and they'll take half damage.
Okay.
Wait.
Or wait, maybe.
No. I don't think they take any damage.
Oh
Unless
no.
you
Okay,
see
sorry. I was thinking about the other one. Nope.
Yeah, no.
So,
So many spells.
Tur shakes off. Shakes his
Oh
head.
wait. That was Tur. Ah, Tur has to roll 1d4 and subtract it.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Nice.
Crossing fingers for a 4 is the only way this will work. Come on. Or do him.
Nah.
Ah.
16.
It
Sorry.
was worth a shot. Thanks.
Okay, no problem. Next up is Laura, who is going to Thorn Whip the wolf. That hits because it's 10 plus her spell modifier, which is 15 with 5, so it gives her a 15.
Oh, that's what it says. Like, she got a 25.
No.
Dang.
So she does damage to it, and it cries out in pain, and it's looking rough. Next up is Curtis. There's still one hobgoblin that's up with Beck, and then there's the wolf.
Okay. I'm gonna turn my head briefly to York and say, you know, don't say things like that. I'm sure he's got good taste, and I'm gonna lick the hobgoblin blood off my sword.
Oh,
And then I pointed
gross.
I pointed at Tur, and
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Tur.
say, this hasn't gone so well for your companions. What do you say you cut your losses before something else gets cut?
So first of all, York, do you have a response to Curtis?
You can see just a look of just like nauseated horror flicker across his face, but he's keeping up appearances for the sake of the battle. And like, yes, we are very bad people. I think.
Very bad.
And
Gross. I mean, whoa. Yeah, we're tough guys.
Yes.
Curtis, roll intimidation.
Okay, 15.
Okay. He lowers his weapon and goes, I'm listening.
I lower mine as well. You have two choices. You can join us, or you can get out of here.
Or die.
You have three choices. Maybe there's something I haven't thought of. You may have four choices. I'm just going to cover all my bases
4
here.
or more, definitely less than 10. I think.
He says to you, he goes, well, obviously, this one, he points down at the ground at Targar, who's dead, wasn't the strongest one. But this one's not faring much better either, and he points at Beck.
Surprise attack.
Yes.
Wait.
Oh.
Wait, no surprise attack.
You'd bet your life on that, would you?
Okay.
It's still Curtis's turn right now.
You really want to throw those dice, buddy?
He goes, well, what do you guys have to offer besides not dying?
Tell them about the vacation packages.
Oh, we do have very generous vacation packages available for the higher level executives.
Extremely competitive.
And given what I've seen of your competence here, you just might be possibly eligible for such a position.
I think we might have some.
Don't do it. They're just gonna make you work the fryer on the food truck.
I don't translate that.
Okay.
We need bodyguards.
Wait,
have-
do you speak Goblin, Jal?
I do not.
Okay. Executive, I just want to kill things and pillage. What are you...
He wants to kill things and pillage, I tell Beck. Do we have need of a thing killer and pillager?
Not really pillaging. I mean, maybe if you wanted to be like a bodyguard so that the castle doesn't get taken over by some other group of adventurers. From what I understand, this is a very popular castle.
We need guards. And we're not expecting that things are going to go smoothly as we attempt to get this operation off the ground. Does that sound like it's in your wheelhouse?
What? Who's watching the castle if you are leaving?
The others. You remember all your goblin companions. Yeah, they're on
The
our
ones that
side too.
survived.
Goblins.
The ones that we didn't kill.
Goblins. I don't answer
Hobgoblins?
I don't answer to any goblins.
Of course you don't. We've got hobgoblins too.
You have hobgoblins running the castle, and they agreed to listen to this idiot.
Yeah, they agreed to listen to this idiot. I translate to Beck, and I say, he's, just my personal opinion, he's not really sounding like the sort of person we're looking for at this organization. What do you think?
Hey, man. Trust your judgment.
Okay, I turn to him. We appreciate you coming and talking with us, but we don't really think you're what we're looking for in this position at this time. I draw my sword again. So why
Yeah.
don't you get the hell out of here?
Don't let him walk out. He could have loot.
He draws his sword to
That's-
attack at you.
Oh, good.
Okay, I'll slash him now.
Okay.
We tried.
8 probably misses.
You miss, yeah.
I'm a little
He
hasty.
deflects off. Next up is Beck.
Oh, hi. I'm just gonna
Show him why you're king.
Yeah. All right. It was nice meeting you. 16.
That barely misses.
Oh, son of a bee.
So he flings off Curtis and sees you out of the corner of his eye and flips around and
Action
blocks
surge.
you. Okay.
Oh boy, I hope it's not for nothing. It is.
So
Son of a gun! I don't deserve to be king at all.
So he blocks you off, and he's Beck. Since you're the one who was in the last attack on him, so you go and swing in. He blocks one. You go in for another one. He blocks the other. He takes swings his sword around. That's a 16 against AC.
I have 16 AC.
So it hits.
Well, no, wait.
Oh yeah, -4. Or not -4, but
D4.
D4. Thank you. There you go. That's what you guys were looking for. So that's a 15 against AC.
Sucker.
So you block him off, and he growls out. Next up is Jaw.
I'ma shoot him.
Okay,
Help.
24.
that hits. Roll damage.
Only does 4 damage though.
Okay, so Jaw, you line up the shot, and just as you see Beck step out, you release your arrow, and it gets him right in the shoulder, and he cries out in pain. Next up is the last wolf, who is gonna make an attack against Laura. Bum-bum. And it misses again. It's just hurting too much. I rolled a 6. Next up is York.
Just feeling bad for this poor puppy. This poor dumb-looking puppy. Wait, should I mock the puppy or should I mock Tur? I'm gonna mock Tur. Like, hey, you know what? Your mama's such a hobgoblin that she was in a D&D campaign and died early on. I don't know. Yeah, they gotta make a hold on. Wisdom saving throw.
Tur fails. Plus minus the 4, like, hold on, let's see how bad he fails this. Oh, wait, is it just for 1 round, or is it...
Oh, it's
Until the spell ends.
right, it's a concentration spell.
Oh, okay.
So Vicious Mockery is not concentration.
Yeah, he rolls a 0.
Yep.
He fails really bad.
Crumbles in a pile of tears. Don't talk about my mom.
So he takes 3 damage and has disadvantage on his next attack.
Okay. So he kind of whimpers a little bit like, that was mean. But he's still standing. Next up is Laura, who is going to Thorn Whip the wolf. She rolls a 2 plus 5 is 7 and misses the wolf. Next up is Curtis.
Okay. Getting real tired of this, I say through my teeth. And cross slash upward at him, 9 misses, I'm expecting.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he just kind of moves out of the way just in time. Next up is Beck.
I'm gonna attack her again.
Okay.
Ooh, what? 23.
That hits. Roll damage.
10 damage.
How would you like to kill this fool?
I say, I'm sorry that it's not gonna work out, and I smash him in the side of the head.
So he goes down like a sack of potatoes.
Brains.
So the hobgoblin would have been next. He's gone. Jal. There's still a wolf laying around.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot the wolf. 17.
That hits. Roll damage.
6 damage.
Awesome. You kill the wolf. You shoot it into the heart.
Excellent.
Okay, and it's dead. Do 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 do
Yeah.
do.
I drop my weapon, spit and cough and gag. Oh, ugh. I take a swig from my canteen, just spit out the water, take another swig. Oh, ugh. Ugh. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I'm good.
I definitely need a bit of a rest after that.
York now actually like appears kind of like respectful towards Curtis. Well, the show must go on, eh? Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Very nice. You guys, that went a little rougher than frankly I was expecting. Turns
That
out
was a tougher fight than I thought. I was like, oh my.
turns out that guy was pretty tough.
I would have led with my Hail of Thorns attack and done some other stuff if I'd known, but
And everyone thinks I'm a pushover.
Fella probably could have given King Grohl a run for his money, honestly.
Yeah. He probably should have stepped up to the plate earlier. Oh well. It's too bad that guy didn't like vacation packages. He didn't seem. He seemed like he would have been a great bodyguard. Can we loot them?
yes.
Yeah, you can. Find a bunch of bloody sacks that have severed elf heads in them.
Oh.
Uh,
These are.
Is one of them blonde?
no.
Okay.
They're
Jaw
not.
is disappointed.
They're not of anyone that you guys recognize. They were probably guessing by a little bit of anything that they might have been part of a hunting party themselves. And you guys find about 10 gold pieces total.
Monsters carrying around severed. Anyway.
I'm sorry, what? Listen, I need it, okay?
Yeah, I realized halfway through. Yeah,
It's just
never
just
mind.
for a short time. I'm not keeping it forever. Now the Grick head, I hope to make that into a headdress. It seems pretty awesome. Have you ever seen the movie
We did
Predator?
what we had to do. This right here is just gratuitous.
True. Very yes, definitely.
You hear a groaning come from behind you guys as the burlap sack with Vareth in it is
Oh yeah.
slightly stirring.
I'll hoist her back up over my shoulder.
You hear a loud
Should be fine.
I ignore it.
I guess we keep going.
I mean, I definitely would like to patch up and rest if we can. At least use some hit dice. I'm in
Yeah.
fairly
Well,
rough shape.
You guys have some options here. You guys can either take a short rest, use some hit die, head out. It is afternoon, so you guys could spend the night in the castle if you wanted to, since you're essentially on the front lawn.
Didn't make it very far.
No, you didn't. It's up to you guys what you guys want to do.
If we take a long rest, then maybe.
Oh, will we miss the meeting?
What? Oh, that's...
Would we miss the meeting
No,
if we did that?
No, because they said they would just show up when she showed up.
Oh, okay. Then it makes sense to do a long rest at the castle. I would think.
It's a pretty open.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I honestly am a bit concerned about the Rockseeker brothers. The sooner that we can find out where they're at and get them back, the better. That should be one of the primary pieces of information we're trying to get out of this meeting. But I can also see the utility of taking a breather for the night and recouping after that unexpectedly grueling fight.
I have a feeling that, I heard from another source that Laura might be feeling a little bit better if we took a long rest, and maybe a little break. Just a short.
I gesture
all
over
coming
at
together.
Laura.
A short
Was
break.
that source Laura?
Yes. Yeah. She might feel up to a battle again if we had a little rest. And I'm down to 6 hit points, so it'd be kind of nice to take a little break.
Well, you
So-
gotta recover those hit points.
Yeah.
Fair.
Okay.
Those are
so
the
you
only
guys-
things standing between you and having to make death saving throws after. This is not in character. This is so not in character.
That's not
Okay.
true. Actually, I have a relentless endurance. When I go down to 0 hit points, but not killed, I go to 1 HP instead.
Okay, back into Curtis mode. Well, it seems that the consensus is that we should spend the night in the castle. The
Yep.
safety and comfort. Well, the safety of the castle.
Safety. It's probably more accurate, but yeah.
We should spend the night in the castle.
Yeah, definitely.
Forget everything else I said. We should spend the night in the castle.
Slumber
I guess
party.
probably the throne room. Sleepover.
So you guys decide to go back into the castle. You hear York the goblin go, and again, we're going to go with automatic translation unless said otherwise. King back! Welcome back! We weren't expecting you so soon!
Neither were we.
Yeah, we also weren't expecting to come back so soon, York. Thank you so much, though. It seems like you've kept the place in pretty good company so far.
Well, you know, we've tried to do what we can over the last hour, so, you know, welcome back! What can we do for you?
We're just gonna need a room to stay.
Well, your
Each,
throne room
preferably.
is available. We don't
Okay.
really have. Well, there is the hobgoblin barracks that over by your throne room that is no longer occupied.
I was about to say the population has significantly decreased since our last visit. So.
Yeah, we just had a run in with a group. Torgar.
Torgar the Bloodsword?
Yeah, Torgar the Dead Sword.
What?
Exactly.
Is his new name.
You killed the Bloodsword?
Well, we offered. We stated what the situation was, and he just wasn't really into it.
He was really strong, but I guess you were stronger.
He was kind of a racist. He didn't really want to serve under you. So,
Well, that's not
So-
surprising. Hobgoblins are dicks.
well, we fought for your honor, York. So I just want you to know that as you go about this, the stewardship, that you know that we care.
Well, thank you so
Speaking
much,
of which-
sir. Thank you.
Speaking
Thank
of
you.
which, these are no longer hobgoblin barracks. Spread the word. They're just barracks.
Yes, sir. And you see Cork kind of walking up next and goes, "So everything's just barracks? We're not supposed to separate ourselves?"
Nope. Let Patrick know. He can hook up with any ladies that he wants.
Patrick's wallowing in a corner somewhere.
Yeah, one day he'll get back up on the horse. Anyways, we need to rest for a little bit.
Oh, okay. What? Well, we have your throne room.
Great. We will all just kind of hang out in there.
Camping in the throne room.
Yeah.
And
We'll
you
just-
hear a groan again coming from Vareth.
Don't worry about that. Yeah.
I kicked the bag.
Wait, like Curtis is.
Yeah,
Hold-
I'm carrying the bag.
It was like a Newsies kick, remember? It was like a big...
You hear you hear another yelp, and Curtis, Vareth goes a bit heavy in your arms.
Okay. I'm gonna look at her.
She's unconscious again and maybe dead.
Huh. I'm gonna. I guess I'll feel on her neck for a pulse.
It's very weak, but maybe someone should do something if you don't want her to go away.
Okay, Laura, can you take care of this problem that you've generated?
You caused.
I'm going to set her down
just
gently
got-
on the ground.
You just about killed her.
Oh. Maybe we
You
should have
need
done a
to
little
do a-
recap for Laura before Laura started playing.
Vareth, like, no one healed Vareth. Vareth has just been, like, in and out of unconsciousness, lost a bunch of blood, now has been tied up, and then you kicked her. So she needs a medicine
Oh,
check.
crap! I didn't know... Okay,
Well, you didn't stop to ask now, did you, before you kicked her right in the head?
It just seemed like a good idea at the
You
time.
kicked an injured, groaning woman in the head.
You roll a 22 in medicine, you stabilize her. She's doing a bit better than she was before you kicked her, so,
You're welcome.
there you go.
Thank you, Laura.
I do what I
I'm
can.
yeah, I'm really glad that she didn't bite the dust there, because if anyone's gonna kill her, and I grin.
Man, Curtis has gotten dark.
I wink at Curtis.
Oh, I was born dark.
So King Beck, where would you like to stay? What can we do for you? Can we get you any food?
Sure. Well,
5 paninis.
they're not up on the paninis
We
yet. I don't
haven't
think.
quite gotten our panini technology sorted.
Let me ask you a question about the stew that I think that you're about to try and serve us. Is it made of the cook?
I can ask the Goblin Kitchen people.
Okay. I think we're just gonna rest for a little bit, and then I think we're just gonna go because we still need to get somewhere.
Oh, okay.
But do ask about the cook. I mean, he was
Okay.
gone. There was stew, and we never asked any questions. But now that I'm rethinking the situation, how is it? And does he taste okay? I mean,
It tasted fine to me. It was a little bit better than what they've been serving.
oh, yeah. It's the fat. The fat gives a lot of flavor.
York and Cork start leading you guys to your throne room. So, you guys are in the throne room. They bring in various backs and perhaps beds or whatnot. York scampers in again. He goes, I had to persuade them, but yeah, it's the chef and other things. Maybe some of the other hobgoblins too.
Oh, well. But it tasted okay.
I liked it.
All right, well.
I've got no.
You live and you learn. We're gonna get some rest. Would that be okay? Can you just keep people away from the room for like 8 hours ish?
Yep. I can tell everyone to. Do you guys want anything to drink or food or anything? We might.
Do we have any ale in the castle?
We might have. I feel like we had something in the storage room, but let's see. We have some like cask of something. I can bring it to you guys if you want.
Sure, let's find out what it is.
Okay. So.
Moonshine. It's our second business.
Yeah.
Mystery drink on tap.
Because every time you guys have found alcohol, when you want to find it, you guys haven't had the chance to partake of it. York the Goblin comes back with a small little cask that's actually filled with really good dwarven brandy.
Yes, that'll work.
This is the good stuff.
And there's probably about 20 glasses within it. It's anyone who has, particularly Beck or anyone else who, probably York, you would know that one glass of this stuff will do you good. More than that might not be a great idea if you're wanting to rest.
Fill it up.
York, clumsily fills your glass, spilling a little bit on the ground.
Yes, that'll do.
I'll take one, but then I'm gonna also let York know. I'm just gonna say, let the kitchen crew know that there's well, frankly, there's a couple more bodies out on the lawn if they need to make more stew, I guess. Listen, I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying there's a bunch of bodies out there, like 6 or 7.
Based on Curtis's reaction, I'm not sure I want to partake of said stew.
Hey, yeah, I'm not saying that
Good
we.
call.
I lean over to Joel and I'm like, I'm not saying that we need to eat it, but they seem fine with it. So I mean,
Oh yes.
yeah, I mean, just
Well, you
circle of life.
mentioned that there were some wolves out there. If you want, we could cook the wolves for you.
Yeah, well, I look over at Luna and I'm like, Laura, how does Luna feel about us eating wolf steak? Because that sounds pretty good. All right, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Let's just not talk about it. No, that's okay. Is everybody? Well, I mean, I don't want to speak for the rest of the group. I'm okay.
You see Cork come in, and he's got a tray of some, like, it's not the best looking, but there's some fruit and some other like some bread that appears to have patches pulled out, like the mold had pulled off. He brings you a tray of like edible enough food that wouldn't be offensive, and he says, "I don't know what York has said, but I figured this was better than nothing for you all." And he slams it down and walks out.
Okay, I take one of the.
I can keep these down.
I take one of the loaves of bread, and walk out of the
threw
room.
it across the room. No.
No, I walk out of the room with the loaf of bread.
Okay. Jal, what did you say?
I took a bite of one of the pieces of fruit on the tray, and I was like, I can keep this down.
Okay. Anything else, Curtis?
Well, I guess everyone else. Well, Jal is eating. Is anyone else eating while I'm outside the room?
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Okay.
Listen,
Yeah, I'm eating.
This is the new castle. I mean, we might as well give it a shot. If they brought stew, I was gonna like, look.
Okay.
Meanwhile, in the kitchen, I burst through the door.
Oh no.
I point at the bread. You're learning, I say. This is good. This is what I'm talking about. This is the good shit. Keep it up, guys. And I walk out the door.
You hear the goblins just go like, WTF? Like, you hear, like, Curtis, you can hear, just as you're walking out, you can hear a couple others like, I'm scared.
Okay, I come back into the throne room, having munched, like, I don't know, a quarter of the bread, and just kind of lean up against the wall, finishing the bread off.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Okay. Any other business to take care of before you guys rest for the night?
No.
Nope.
Not for me.
Okay. So you guys rest for the night. In the morning, you are greeted by some more slightly palatable food, and your excitable goblin steward and the not so excitable other goblin steward. And it's morning, and you guys are feeling much refreshed. You have gained all your hit points, hit die back, and your spell slots. And
Beck, why are the eggs green?
To go with the ham, of course.
Why is the ham green?
You should just try it. I think you might like it.
I do not like green eggs and ham.
Have you tried it in a house?
I do not like them, Beck. I am.
Like, how far are we gonna take this?
Yeah. So anyway, so York goes. Is there anything else that our sirs require?
I'm good.
Yeah, you're doing an excellent job so far.
Well, thank you so much, sir. Anything for King Beck and his good friend York.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, I was muted.
Oh, it's okay.
I was typing. But yes. We are such good friends.
And he like signs up next to you, and it's like, "Yep, the best."
Of course we are. He just smiles in a strange way.
And you hear a noise from the other side of the room. It goes, "Yep, feeling better."
Is that Varith?
Yes, it's Barrett.
Is she still in a bag?
She's still in her bag.
Like, with her head poking out of a bag, she's like, feeling fine.
Yeah, she's glaring at you all. She's assumed her drow form again. And she's
At this point, I just picture her as Aubrey Plaza. And she's just completely dissatisfied.
Yeah, that's actually
So,
that's pretty much what was in my head. So yeah.
so has that bag become a colostomy bag yet?
You're an asshole.
Well, we should get going. We're gonna listen. I'm gonna level with you. Curtis wants you dead pretty badly.
That's okay. I want him dead too, so it all works out.
It all makes sense. Listen though, I'd rather you not have to almost die every time we punch you in the face to knock you out. So how about you just come with us and be cool. What do you think?
She could disappear into a group of goblins and we never know.
She sighs. She goes.
Well, we're gonna leave her in the bag. I'm sorry, you're gonna stay in the bag. That's how
She
we're gonna
sigh-
tell you different from everybody else because you're the one in a burlap sack.
So you're asking if she wants to come with us and be cool while we keep her in the bag.
I'm asking. We don't have to knock her out every time she starts coming to. If she just
we
won't
could.
try and run away.
I mean, people can live with concussions for a while.
I'll stay in the bag. I don't really have any other options. You don't have to knock me out. Let's just get this done and over with, please.
Okay.
My thoughts exactly.
We need to go north.
Okay.
Going north?
North it is.
North.
Going north.
North. Okay,
To the north.
to the north. So you guys head out.
To Winterfell.
You guys head out. Take another good, deep breath of that not castle air. Which, the castle's starting to smell a little better, but it's still not so great. And, take a reluctant or uneasy, maybe sigh of relief, you're not sure. And as you get towards the edge of the clearing for the castle, another hobgoblin. No, I'm just kidding. So you guys start heading north, and Vareth kind of gives you directions off and on. It takes a couple hours, but you guys finally see in the distance as you're going through this wooded area. You see the tree that you think Vareth is talking about. It's a giant oak tree that at some point in its life may have been struck by lightning, partially splitting its trunk. The scar left behind looks like a heart. The area is still forested, but the part around the trees are a little bit fewer that surround the oak. You guys are a good distance away from it, but it's large enough that you can see it from where you guys are at.
Okay. I'm gonna gesture the crew to put another maybe 30 feet between us and the tree on top of the pre-existing distance, and turn to them once we're all out there. So I say, what exactly is our game plan from here?
It's an excellent question, and now that we're done with the king thing, someone smarter should probably take over for a little while on the.
It's been working for us so far. I don't see why we need to change the line of succession now.
I mean, really, yeah.
I was supposed to
Okay.
meet someone at the tree. That's all I know.
Okay, well,
And give
tell you
them
what.
the map.
Tell you what. Let's leave her there. Do we have the map and it's in a tube?
Yeah, did you guys have the map? Gundren and Martha had the map. So I don't know if you guys...
No, that's not gonna work out.
Yeah.
What if we nail her to the tree?
He probably wasn't gonna let us
Literally.
have the.
No.
I like where you're going with it. I have a spell called invisibility. What if we had Curtis standing there with a knife at her throat or something, and that way we know she won't run away, and we can wait for someone to come meet her.
I like this plan.
You hear Vareth
Question. Should we patch her up a little more, get her in better looking shape for said meeting? Won't it look suspicious if she's kind of rough?
Well, I'm doing a little bit better than I was.
What if
but-
we leave her?
A
What if we leave her in the
She's
sack?
also been in a.
Can I walk?
She's also been in a bag for like a day and a half.
Can I walk? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna look a little bit worse if you guys just drop me off in a sack.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
I think we can get her out of the sack and just have you, stand guard invisibly with your knife to her throat.
How long does that last?
It lasts up to 1 hour.
Okay. And how soon, now that we're here, can we expect these folks to show up?
I was supposed to fire off a lit arrow.
Okay.
That was the signal.
Okay. And they'll be here How far do they have to travel exactly to get here?
I don't know. I don't know where they came from. I don't know if they came from the Wellington, from the mines, from wherever. I don't know. I'm just supposed to meet the
You don't know where they came from. You don't know where they're going.
There's different levels to the organization. I was just...
The question is, where do they come from? Where do they go?
Ferrith, like, face palms against, like, you know, the bag and whatever.
Sorry.
Thank you.
What do you guys want me to do? Like, I'm here. If you let me walk to that tree, and your tiefling friend can send the arrow off, like, I don't know what more you guys want from me.
Okay.
It's probably fine.
I suppose it's time to move forward with this plan.
She only has 1 foot.
She has foot. You just cut off, like, most of her toes.
Right, like she's not going to be able to run.
I mean, that's pretty much not a foot.
Like most of her foot is gone.
Yeah.
I still, I like the idea of invising Curtis a lot and keeping her on her.
Okay.
You keeping her on her toes?
Anyway. What are you guys doing?
But yes, totally.
Let her out of the bag?
Okay.
Shapeshifter's out of the bag now.
So
Turn her
Curtis
into
used...
a cat first.
Yeah.
What?
Untie
Oh, okay.
and let her loose.
She's tied up still, so she's now on the ground, tied up. Do you guys untie her?
Yes.
So she
Untie.
She stands up and winces at her foot and rubs her wrists and stretches. Just makes a big scene of stretching and all this other stuff. And what are
Did she get all her hit points back from that full rest that we took?
You have no idea.
Cool.
She mentioned twice that she was feeling much better.
Ooh, can I put my hunter's mark on her preemptively? Just be like, don't try anything.
Yeah.
I like this.
She just sighs at this point. She's like, okay, any other bull crap you guys want to do before we do this? Okay.
Gareth, you feeling hungry?
I guess. Why?
What do you like to eat?
Food?
Okay, let's see if I have some of that. I reach into my pouch and pull out a small piece of bread from among my rations, hand it over to her.
She eats it cautiously. Thank you.
Yeah. I shrug.
It's whatever.
So.
Oh, come on. It's not like scorpion pepper bread or something. Like.
All of a sudden she falls dead. No, I'm just kidding. What's...
Oh, good thing I didn't need that.
Yeah, no. So what do you guys want me to do? Can I walk to the tree, or what are you doing? Someone was going to
do
be
your
invisible.
thing. Summon them.
Okay. DM asking, are you guys doing the thing where Curtis is invisible, or what are you guys just sending her to the tree?
Well, here's the thing. We don't know how long it's going to be before they get there. We need York to fire off this invisibility, so that it's within an hour of their arrival.
Yeah.
Also true.
How are we going to make sure that happens?
Well, after I send the signal into the air, I could kind of, like, we're in the forest, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got forest walk, so I could kind of be scouting around and keeping an eye out for them.
York,
we can agree on a different signal at that point.
York, you have orbital sentries.
Oh God.
I do, yes. I can go ahead and deploy some of those.
Excellent.
So Vareth goes, can I walk to the tree now?
Yeah.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you fire off your thing, Joel?
Are we all ready? Anybody else want to make any preparations?
I'm just gonna have my hand on my bow, just like kind of looking around, scouting.
Okay.
Yeah, and everyone who's not me needs to get into a good hiding place.
True.
Agreed.
That should be good.
Climb a tree,
I
get
meant-
into the underbrush, whatever will.
You guys
Keep
can
you
roll.
concealed.
You guys can roll stealth. Those who are.
By the
hiding.
way, I for some reason went Magic the Gathering with this and called it Forest Walk. It's favored terrain for us, but
It's okay.
stealth. Clicky. I got a 22.
Oh boy. Yes. 7.
Super
I rolled a
sneaky.
9.
So could you guys not hide on the path?
Oh.
That'd be great.
Okay.
Laura, can you turn both of us into animals so we can hide better?
It's just a pair of little bunny rabbits and conspicuously eating but constantly watching the people like
Okay. Anything else, or can Vareth go on her way?
It's fine.
Okay. So, Vareth walks towards the tree slowly, kind of looking around, looks back at you guys, goes up to the tree, and she looks up and kind of puts her hand over her eyes, and she puts a hand on the tree and kind of pushes on one area, and then just kind of turns around and puts her arms up.
Mm-hmm.
And about 5 minutes go by, and all of a sudden you hear thunk, ding ding ding, and Vareth has an arrow sticking out of her chest. And she looks stunned for a second and looks up at you guys and then falls to the ground.
let's see if
Pulse
they
check.
go after. Say again.
Pulse check.
You guys are hiding. Do you guys go to the clearing where she's at?
I say we wait until the guy comes out because she's got the map on her,
Oh.
right?
No.
No.
She has nothing on her.
She has nothing on her. Well, they're gonna look for the map on her at least. So let's see what happens.
Okay.
We totally can communicate this telepathically.
Guys, stay where you're
Hey.
at.
Right.
Can I do a perception check?
Yeah.
Can we all do perception checks?
Yeah, everyone can do perception check.
Yeah, I can't see anything from under all this brush.
Yep. 9. So.
Everything's fine. She's okay.
No one rolled over a 10. Well, it's been fun.
Ouch.
You guys don't see anything, and you don't hear any noises coming from Vareth.
You guys read any good books lately?
Do they know? How do they know?
You guys hear some rustling off and on all around you as you guys start getting a little bit paranoid, but you don't see anything.
Beck would go ahead and move forward. I think we should check her out. Did we notice where she pressed on the tree?
She pressed on the heart shape of the tree.
Okay.
Do we notice the direction of the arrow shot?
No, it was. I mean, she just got an arrow straight to the heart. And
Okay, well.
she's also dropped her drow form.
All right. I will watch. Yep. And I'll get out my crossbow as well.
Okay. So back you approach Vareth, and you don't see anything, and she's face down with an arrow. You can see part of the arrow sticking out. Is anyone else approaching Vareth?
I'm gonna hang back and keep watching for signs of others.
Okay. I'll
So-
stand up at this point. Put away my crossbow and switch for the sword and shield. And I'm going to. Let's see. I'm going to walk to where she is and look in the direction that her torso was facing when she was hit with the arrow.
Okay.
See if I see anything in that direction.
Okay. Can make a investigation check.
Okay.
I'm good at those.
I got a 10.
Just see trees.
Okay.
So anyone who's near the body or Fareth, body, can make either an investigation or a medicine check.
16.
Okay. Okay. You guys both notice that and Curtis, you catch this a little bit more because just a little bit of the arrowhead is sticking out through her back. That arrow's poisoned.
Okay. I will go ahead and
Overkill.
feel her, check for a pulse. I'm expecting none.
Yeah.
There's no
She
pulse.
did.
She's dead.
She dead.
She's dead.
Well, sorry, friend. I know that you had wanted to take that kill yourself.
I shake my head. She was actually not intolerable toward the end there.
As you guys kind of roll her over, you notice again, Curtis, on the arrow shaft is a tiny black spider carved into the shaft. And
I show it to Beck.
And that's where we're gonna end it.
Bum bum bum.
Dum, 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 dum.
Okay. So, thank you everyone for joining us for another episode of Awful Good. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram at Awful Good Crew, and our website awfulgoodcrew.com. We also have a Discord channel now. Woo, join us on that. And we have Facebook too, so you guys can find us on that. Check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, and anywhere else where you get your podcasts. And yeah, thank you again. You can find me at 6 Color Stories with the numeral 6 on Twitter and Instagram. Brian, where can we find you?
You can find me at theunderfold.com or at theunderfold on pretty much any social media.
Excellent. Dave, where can we find you?
Hello. You can find me at Nerds of the Hawk. I'm hoping to hop into some game streaming on Twitch again pretty soon here. Probably at the most like another week or so. I got to do a few more things graphic wise, but
Awesome.
yeah, come check it out. Should be fun.
Excellent. And Mary, where can we find you? Awesome. And Jackson, where can we find you?
You can find me at chocolatebook.net, where every weekday I read the Bible, eat chocolate, and blog about it. And very soon you will also be able to find me at christianrebellion.planxmedia.com, where me and my good friend Ash Green from Plan X Media do a weekly podcast about Christianity and culture.
Whoa. Advertising another podcast on our... No, I'm just kidding. That's awesome.
People should listen to podcasts all the time.
That is very true.
Constantly.
24/7.
That is
Constant podcast.
very true. Podcasts
All our
the
listeners, there is room for another podcast in your life.
time.
Like this one.
Like this
And
one.
more.
And more. That's awesome. Yay, congrats on that.
Thank you. We recorded our first episode today.
Woo!
Woo.
It's podcast
Congrats.
day.
Nice.
And Rob, where can we find you?
You can find me by touching the fake book to reveal a hidden passageway behind the bookshelf.
And Brian, do we have any reviews for today?
We don't technically have an iTunes review, but we did have a very fancy write-up on nerdophiles.com. This article is written by Rebecca Hale.
Who's really awesome.
Wonderful.
We'll throw that up. You can find that actually on our Facebook page and our Discord also, for anyone who's listening right now. We also have posted that article in our various social medias.
And it felt really good to read. Thank you, Rebecca.
So here's a little excerpt. This is the podcast to watch and listen to if you, like me, are into tabletop games with friends. It's a great show with a great, well-rounded cast. The DM has masterfully laid out the world and creates situations that are not outlandish nor overly complicated to follow. Truly exciting and engaging for all levels of players. Awful Good will have you on the edge of your seat with adventure and laughter.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Rebecca.
only you guys make it outrageous by recruiting all the goblins. So, thank you so much, Rebecca.
Thanks.
Much love.
Thanks.
So yeah, thank you guys for joining us, and happy gaming.
Hey, we're about to go to battle. Battle.
Beatle.
I want to go to battle.
Okay,
All right.
that was good.
We legit just started playing like 5 minutes ago, but we started a fight.
My internet died.
Well,
So-
we went outside, and there was a group, and some other guy thinks he should be king, but we've kind of already solidified my rule inside, so.
Well, see, now that I'm back from Newsies, all of my moves are going to be like dancing moves.
I hope so.